Welcome back. Kevin Trudeau here. Everything they don't want you to know about. And I'll tell you right now, the U.S. government and the drug companies do not want you to know about the fountain of youth. They do not want you to be healthy. They do not want you to be healthy. Healthy people don't go to the doctor and don't need drugs. My guest is Blake Sawyer, who is the owner of the Healthy Protocol. There's a product called Deer Antler Velvet, and I've been researching this for probably 20 years when I was introduced to it by a good friend, Dr. Alex Duarte. And I started testing my IGF-1 levels, and I did a urine test for human growth hormone levels. These decrease over time. That's the way it is. They just decrease over time. If you can increase your HGH, or human growth hormone, and if you can increase IGF-1, some amazing things happen. There's a dramatic increase of energy, endurance, and stamina. You feel more vitalized when you wake up in the morning. You look younger. You have improved body tone. You have dramatic fat loss. Your bone density increases. You have less depression. You have more joy. All these things happen. So I tested this for years, and I can tell you, in my opinion, it is the fountain of youth. And here to talk about it, Blake Sawyer. Thanks for being my guest, Blake.
Hey, Kevin. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, I didn't tell you this before, but I tested the blood levels of the IGF-1, and I did the urine test for HGH. And after I started taking this product, this Royal Velvet, the Deer Antler Velvet, your website is royalvelvetnow.com, royalvelvetnow.com, and you are a sponsor. But when I started taking this, my IGF-1 levels and HGH levels went up threefold. Now, when I showed this to the MDs, they said impossible. They said, you must be shooting yourself up with HGH. I said, no, I'm not taking injections of HGH. It's impossible. They said, it's impossible. I said, look, I'm not doing any crazy exercise. I'm not doing anything different. I'm just taking something called Deer Antler Velvet from the one company that has the real stuff that really works, Royal Velvet, which is royalvelvetnow.com. From your experience doing this for 30 plus years, is this unusual?
No, absolutely not. Now, not everybody's going to, call up and not everybody's got a radio program and they want to tell the world the truth, which is one of the reasons I'm so excited to be on the program with you today. I mean, every day I get this opportunity. You get this opportunity to tell people the truth, and people get set free from, lies, deception, bondage, or whatever. But no, we get a lot of testimonies. Of course, the ones from movie stars and NFL football players and major, named people that most people would recognize if you gave their name. It seems to be impressive, but it's the little person out there that is having issues, and they're blown away by this product. And you said I've been doing this for more than 30 years. I have, and I've been involved in, the health business, and I've, looked at everything that has come down the pike, and this product is just the most mind-boggling, revolutionary, dramatic result type of product. I mean, you take it, and people's lives change.
Now, it's called Deer Antler Velvet, and it comes from the antlers of deers in New Zealand, correct?
Correct. They're the size of an elk, but in New Zealand they call them red deer, but it's like wapiti in Canada, or what we would call a North American elk.
Now, how do you get this velvet off the antler? Do you have to kill the deers? Or?
No. It's all governed in New Zealand by veterinarians and animal rights activists. The animal's not harmed in any way, and in fact, all cervids, which are moose, reindeer, caribou, elk, and deer, all the males grow these antlers every year, and they drop off every year. And so this is just removed, very quick sort of a process where no harm, pain, suffering, anything happens to the animal. And it's just removed a few months before they would normally drop off anyway.
And so is it the whole antler or just the tip of the antler?
Well, we use, from the science that we have available today, we use a lot of the tip, but there's other part, just the very top one-third of the part, that has some other nutrients, minerals, amino acids, things in it as well, too. And so we have this special formula that nobody else in the world has. And, of course, that's one of the big things about it, all the growth factors. But also it's this liposomal delivery system. It's a spray. You spray it right in your mouth. You don't have to swallow something and wait 28 feet down the pike for it to absorb. And, of course, probably a couple hundred of the nutrients out of the nearly 2,000 nutrients in Royal Velvet would not make it past the hydrochloric acid bath in the stomach. So this liposomal delivery system puts 97% of these nutrients in your bloodstream in 30 seconds. That's one of the amazing things about it.
And you have professional athletes using this. You have Hollywood starlets and celebrities using this. And the results are pretty amazing. It really is an anti-aging miracle. People look younger. They have more energy. They have more stamina. Fat goes down. It almost helps the body burn fat. Muscles increase. it's really it's a fountain of youth, right?
I believe so as far as what we have today. Who knows what they'll discover tomorrow. But this is my take, Kevin, as you know, as we've talked about this, about aging. To me, aging is this. I'll try to do it in this Reader's Digest condensed version. From the time your father's sperm met your mother's egg, you were dividing cells, apoptosis and mitosis. You're creating cells. You lose some cells as well, too, along the way. Up until about 20 years of age, you're creating a huge amount of cells. In your early to mid-20s, it's a wash. You lose about 150 billion cells a day. You create about 150 billion cells. But then in your late 20s, you start to age. What is the aging process? The aging process is when you lose more cells than you create on a daily basis. And every cell has DNA, 300,000 bits of information in every cell. It tells that cell, pancreatic cell's not in your eyeball. The DNA tells it what it does, where it is, how it functions, what nutrients it needs to create and replicate another cell, mitosis. Every time there's a cellular division, a telomere, which has the DNA strands in it, part of the bottom of it drops off. And after about 50, 60 cellular replications, which is called the Hayflick limit, the cell dies off. Aging is when you lose more cells than you create. When you take Royal Velvet, the constituents, the nutrients, the growth factors in it, actually causes the DNA in the cells in the body, all the cells in the body, to function more optimally and last longer. And double-blind studies, some in China but other places around the world, have proven that the cells last upwards of 300% longer. So reversing the aging process is when you create more cells than you lose. If you stop losing cells and you create more, you can slough off dead cells that are not functioning, whether it's skin cells, that's why the wrinkles go away, or the function of all the 11 systems within the body. And that's reversing the aging process. A lot of people are freaked out by it, like, how can this be? I look 20 years younger. They go to a high school reunion and they look so much younger. And people don't believe that they haven't had facelifts and all this sort of stuff. But there's a scientific fact behind this, and that's basically it.
Now, royalvelvetnow.com, but your website, royalvelvetnow.com, it's a spray. It's Deer Antler Velvet. It's the only delivery system out there. It's the best in the world. Other competitors, I've tried them, don't work, quite frankly. Yours is the only one that works, and yours is the one that's used by the professional athletes and the Hollywood celebrities and all those people because it works. People don't use the other products out there, the competitors. They use yours. Now, it comes in a little bottle, because I have it, and I've been using it. And you spray, 2 times when you first wake up in the morning?
Yeah, 3 sprays is an adult dosage, and so 3 sprays is considered a dosage. You do it when you wake up in the morning and always the last thing at night. That's what's going to double the intelligence, make you be able to multitask, wake up an hour earlier, feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So you always want to take it at night because you sleep for one reason, to replenish neurotransmitters. And this supplies the brain in 30 seconds just everything the brain's looking for to replenish those neurotransmitters. But there are people that take various dosages. Now, I take a huge amount, but so do NFL football players. A lot of these people do. But, 3 sprays, maybe 4 times a day is a typical adult dosage.
What's a huge amount?
You want me to tell you what I take?
Yeah, well, I want to know what I want to be like you, man.
No, you don't. I want to be like you, Kev. Okay, let's see. I take literally 3 sprays probably 10, 11, 12 times a day. But let me tell you, I sleep 4 or 5 hours a night, have for 20-some years. I do have this physique, and I people forget when I tell this, but the average person, if you looked at me, at my physique, you would think I'm a college quarterback or a Olympic athlete, Olympic gymnast or something. I'm an old man in my late 50s, and that blows people away.
Blake, I'm definitely going to have you back on again. Thank you very, very much. It's royalvelvetnow.com. royalvelvetnow.com. We've been talking with Blake Sawyer of Royal Velvet Now, and in my opinion, it really is. I've used it. I believe it's the fountain of youth. royalvelvetnow.com. I'll be right back.
Winning the war of ideas, one battle at a time. This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
For those of you who don't know, the Royal Velvet is Deer Antler Velvet. There's only one brand. I've tested them all over the years. It basically is the fountain of youth. When you take it, it stimulates the human growth hormone, IGF-1, plus a whole bunch of other growth factors, and it makes your skin get tighter. Lines go away. It gets thicker. Hair, nail, and skin looks younger. Your energy level goes up, libido goes up tremendously, you sleep better. It basically balances out the hormones, and it is really an anti-aging and fountain of youth regime. And people like Dina who have called in and say just after a few weeks, people are noticing the difference. They go, boy, you look great. What are you doing different? You look great. You virtually begin to look and feel a lot younger. That's at royalvelvetnow.com, royalvelvetnow.com. Athletes use it because it dramatically improves athletic performance, whether it's biking, playing basketball, golf, aches and pains go away, joint aches go away. It's an anti-aging product, royalvelvetnow.com. They are one of our sponsors. I use this. I've tested it. I've done my blood work, my saliva, hormone levels, and it's basically, it works even better than taking injections of human growth hormone, which has been proven to be virtually the fountain of youth, but that costs, $1,000 to $3,000 a month for injectable human growth hormone. This is a completely natural product. It has no negative effects whatsoever and is really something you guys should consider. So royalvelvetnow.com.